Okay, I think we are live. Yes. Okay, so we're going to start off with a 3-card reading for you to get the energies flowing. If you are here, definitely say hello in the chat so that I can welcome you. Very exciting. Yes. Okay, so we're going to start off my volume here on the YouTube so we don't have an echo. All right, so I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to see what do you need to know right now. So I'm going to use my Simple AF spread and shuffle and pull 3 cards for you guys. And then we're going to go into a little Q&A. I already have several comments on the topic of spiritual protection. Oh, if you are watching, hello, I see you. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hey, Bianca. This just feels like the old days. It feels like the old days, yo. Okay, so a little backstory while I'm shuffling and pulling cards. So I used to do Periscope. There's our first card. And so I love live broadcasting, live streaming, all the things. And so I'm so happy to be doing this again and to be back on YouTube. I actually left Instagram and I'm feeling really liberated, really excited about that. Feel free to ask me more about that if you would like. And we almost have all 3 of our cards. We just need one more, Spirit. One more. There we go. Okay, and I want to make sure that you guys know before we get started, and I'll mention it again in a little while, that I want to pump some hearts though, I know, right? That the spiritual safety activation is coming up on Thursday morning. So that is going to take place in a different space than this space. So if you want to join us for that, you definitely should. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the comments right now, the link to sign up for that. And then let me see if I can pin it to the top. Yes, pin message. So that is the link to sign up for the spiritual safety activation. It is free. It is going to help you figure out, okay, why am I still attracting these negative people, these negative energies? Hey, Maria. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you here. Why am I still attracting negative people, negative experiences into my reality? So definitely click that link that I pinned, the Rubin.Thrive cart. It is free. I am doing it through Thrive cart because I'm giving you the option to purchase my court cards dating profile if you so choose, but the event is totally free. So click that link and sign up for it for sure. Yay, hearts. And let's dive right into the reading. So first we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is an opportunity that's coming in fast. This is the basis of the situation. There's an opportunity that's come in really fast. I'm hearing that it's coming from your intuition and it scares you a little bit. And it's like, I don't know if I can really do this. I don't know if I am cut out for this. I don't know if this is going to work. This doesn't really make logical sense. I have attachment to other things. So it's going to be a little bit scary. The Knight of Swords can be quick. You can see he's got a motorcycle there and he's running towards it. But he has this, it could be a crow. It probably is, but I'm hearing vulture right now. So the vulture spirit is really, really powerful. I know vultures get a bad rap in our society, but they are really powerful and really helpful creatures. They clean things up. So this I'm hearing is an opportunity that's really going to help you clean up your energy and clean things up for yourself so that you can really start to accept and call in the abundance that you deserve, the abundance that you've been manifesting. So I love that. And then we have the Star in the present position, or what you need to know right now. So it's keeping your North Star in mind. It's releasing attachment to, setting your goals, setting your desires, but then releasing attachment to it, because Spirit has the how, and Spirit is going to give you the path of least resistance. Spirit is going to show you the way. Remember this opportunity that's like, oh, I don't know. keep your North Star in mind, because Spirit is leading you towards that. The things that you say that you want in your life, the things that you say that you want for your business, Spirit is like, knock, 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 please open up. Let's do this. And so keep your North Star in mind. And I love also that this card is kind of galactic. So it's like, if galactic consciousness has been calling you, there's definitely an opening there. If you're watching this, you are definitely a star seed. Anybody who ever has the thought, am I a star seed? Yes, you are, because you wouldn't even have the thought if you weren't. Wow, that really resonated. Oh, which part? Let me know, Maria. I'm so glad. And she's holding on. She's holding on to the string, but I love how it's very loose. The string is loose. So it's like, wear the world loosely. Just really allow your desires to come into form, really allow it to happen. That there might be some shadows, there might be some like stuff that you've taken on from other people, maybe a mother figure, maybe a father figure, that isn't for you. It's not your shadow, it's not your thing, but you've taken it on. So it's something to really look at that could get in the way of you saying yes to this opportunity that Spirit is bringing you. All right. And then in the potential future position, or the call to action, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. We have the fast knight and we have the slow knight. So we've got an opportunity coming in quick, but then the action step is slow and steady wins the race. Don't be afraid to be a beginner. This is an opportunity that is going to last, that is going to bring you financial abundance that is sustained and ever flowing. So it's really, really important that you keep your commitments at this time. So whatever Spirit is asking you to change, definitely, or the opportunity, take a look at that and then be measured with it. Take the steps. Okay. Maria says the opportunity to help me clean up and allow that abundance in. Yes, yes. Welcome everyone who is watching. I can see you there. So the Knight of Pentacles, he's an opportunity that you can count on. He is a steady dude. And so that's what it's saying, be steady, like the abundance. Look how much abundance is in this picture on this card. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 coins if you count the shield on his back. I never counted the coins on this card before. So it's like 10 of Pentacles plus. Like the 10 of Pentacles is the ultimate abundance card in the tarot, but this card has 11. This card has 11 coins on it. So it's saying that there is so much money. There is so much money that is available for you to make, and you are meant to make a lot of money so that you can serve a lot of people, and don't shy away from that. Okay. So I love that. So that's awesome for our collective reading for today. Remember to like and subscribe if you have not already. And I wanted to remind you guys really quick before we dive into the Q&A about the spiritual safety activation. That is going to be this Thursday. If you can't make it live, no worries. The replay will be all yours. It is a free event. I have pinned the link to sign up to that in the top of the chat here, the Ciara Rubin Thrivecart. I use Thrivecart because I'm giving you the opportunity to purchase my Court Cards dating profile, which is $27, kind of a no-brainer. It's a really fun way to make the court cards feel a lot easier and a lot more accessible, because the court cards can represent a person, and they can also represent a situation. So for me in this reading, it was a situation. Both of these knights were representing situations. But in some readings, they will represent people. So you want some help to figure out when that is, the different traits and characteristics of each court card. And it just makes it super fun and takes out all the overwhelm. So definitely check that out, but you don't have to. The event is free, the activation event for Thursday. So super excited to see you there or have you on the replay. And now let's dive into the spiritual protection Q&A. So I actually have a couple of videos on my channel that are around the topic of spiritual protection. So I teach this the topic of spiritual protection. I would venture to say very differently than any other spiritual teacher that I have seen. Maybe one or two that I've encountered that teach it a little bit similarly or resonate with the way that I teach it. But I teach it very, very differently in that I believe that spiritual protection is actually detrimental and is creating more of what you don't want. So I have several comments that I've gotten on some of these videos that I've created to talk about spiritual protection. If you have a question, feel free to shoot it into the chat at any time. But I'm going to read some of these comments and respond to them, which is one of my favorite. I just got a little, we had a little drama there because I love it. I love to respond. Okay, so this first one. Also, if you haven't watched that video after this live stream has concluded, you can totally go ahead and check it out. It's in the popular uploads playlist. You'll see which one it is. It's about spiritual protection. It's pretty clear. But so this person says, I really don't agree with this video. Yeah, this topic has been very polarizing, which I love. Okay, so she says, I really don't agree with this video. I think it's going to get a lot of people in trouble because some people want to interact with these dark entities sometimes. Okay, my first question there is, why are we wanting to interact with dark entities? Now, if you're doing shadow work and you're wanting to see your own shadows, sure, by all means, you can interact with that shadow within yourself. But like, okay, you don't agree it's going to get people in trouble because they want to interact with the dark entities sometimes? Why though? Okay, and so she says, or what's more common is that people are light beings. We naturally attract dark entities that want to feed off our energy. Okay, I get that we are all one, but you can't forget we live in a conscious reality where the things that people do and say really matter and can put curses on you. Darkness is always there. You need to protect yourself from it. Okay, so I love this. I absolutely love this. So yes, we do live in a conscious reality, and the things that people do and say really matter if you let them, if you let it. Okay, so if something that somebody says or does really affects you or triggers you, that's because there's a shadow within yourself that needs to be healed, that needs to be looked at. Okay, so it's like if somebody says something to you, it might be that as an empath, you can feel the energy of that. Maybe their energy isn't in full integrity. Maybe their energy is a little bit off. And if you have healed that shadow, then you won't be triggered by it. You won't be bothered by it. Right? So it will kind of create a situation where you are, if you're triggered, you're needing to see that, you're needing to see that shadow, and that's why it's triggering you. Okay. And so then we have that we naturally attract dark entities that want to feed off of our energy. That could be true. That could be true. Right? But what you focus on grows. Where your attention and intention goes is where the energy flows. So if you're focusing on that, if you're focusing on that there are dark energies around you, that you're this light being and then they want to, attack you, then you're going to manifest more of that experience, right? What you focus on grows. Darkness is always there. And I'm not saying that darkness isn't there. It absolutely is. There's a duality there. And it's important to focus on the darkness inside yourself, to love that darkness, to have compassion for that darkness. When I have had experiences with shadow entities, it's really interesting what happens sometimes is that sometimes I'll like wake up in the middle of the night or something, and I will sense a shadow being in the room with me. And at first I'll feel scared, right? But then I'll be like, okay, what is it? What's up? Like, what are you trying to tell me? Who are you? And one time when I did this, the shadow melted away. It was like this big, like scary looking shadow being. And the shadow just melted away. When I got curious, when I just questioned it a little bit and was like, with some compassion, like, hey, what's up? With some curiosity, the shadow melted away and it revealed my inner child. There was an aspect of my inner child that was using that shadow being, that was using that cover to protect itself, right? That feeling that it needed to be protected. Yeah. And Bianca says, yes, triggers are gold mines. They show you what is within you that wants your witness and possibly healing. Exactly. They really are gold mines, right? So I could have chosen in that moment to be like, oh my gosh, this is so scary. Like I need to do spiritual protection. Like where are my crystals? I mean, I'm not hating on crystals. They have a lot of other purposes. I need my crystals, I need my sage, I need to do a spell, I need to put a bubble of light, blah, blah, blah. Or I just got curious. I just was like, hey, what's up? Why are you here? What's going on? Stood in my power. And it revealed my inner child, something that needed healing. So I think that that's really powerful. Really powerful. All right. So that was my response to that topic. Okay. And so then another comment, they said, I've just started realize that I am an empath, but I need to start understanding that aspect of myself. I work at a hospital, which is very draining to me. So I'm not sure how to apply the concept of the safest place to be is where I am. Can you clarify for me, please? Absolutely. Okay, so this is a mantra that I teach my students, my clients, that I teach myself on the daily, that I practice all the time. And so she's saying she's working at a hospital and it's very draining to her. So maybe there are some boundaries that she needs to set, or maybe she needs to go part-time, or maybe she needs to reduce her hours, or maybe she needs to practice some more spiritual hygiene, things of that nature, more self-care, more boundaries. And so that's why she's feeling drained. And so the concept of the safest place to be is where you are is based on the truth that even if you look at the words safety and protection, they have different connotations. They have different feelings and meanings. So safety is actually a state of being. Safe is what you are or are not based on your belief, right? Because you're creating your reality from a place of belief, because beliefs inform thoughts, thoughts inform feelings, and your thoughts and your feelings are what inform your actions and your manifestations. So if you believe that you are safe, truly believe it, not just like fake, although you can fake it till you feel it, definitely, that's a good practice. Fake it till you feel it. Figure out why you don't feel safe. But if you feel safe, if you believe that you are safe, you are, right? It's a state of being. Protection it's a verb. It's a thing you do or someone else does. Protection is an action that you take in order to feel safe or be safe. But if you are practicing protection, then that means that you believe that you are unsafe. Because if you believed that you were safe, you wouldn't feel that you needed protection. Am I right? Let me know in the comments if this is making sense to you, or if you have more questions on it, if it's resonating. So the safest place to be is where you are is a mantra to help you understand that you are safe, no matter where you go, no matter who you're around, no matter what their stuff is, because there's people and they have stuff. Yeah, we're not just alone in this reality, right? We are co-creating. And yet, if you are safe, if you believe that you are safe, then it doesn't matter where you go or who you are around. Right now, yes, makes sense. Awesome. Now, there are certain soul contract aspects, right? So in your soul contract, you may have agreed to experience certain types of things, certain types of attack, or certain types of negative things, or to die in a certain way. I'm thinking of Yeshua or Christ, right? That's karmic. You've agreed to that in your soul contract, but that's different than being safe, right? Because up until that point that he was crucified, he was pretty much safe. Maybe he got thrown in jail, but he was spreading his teachings far and wide for a long time. Now, I don't know the Bible story very well. Feel free to correct me, but he was safe for most of his life up until the end. Right? And so maybe there are things in your soul contract that you have agreed to, certain types of attack that your higher self is manifesting for you so that you can heal that shadow, so that you can overcome that type of theme or archetype of attack in your life. And once you overcome that, then the more you believe you are safe, right? This topic gets me so fired up. I am so excited for the safety activation on Thursday. All right, shall we do another comment? Okay, let's see. Shall we do another comment? Okay, let's do another sassy one. Let's do another. Okay. So this is a response to that, what my video on spiritual protection, where I teach a lot of the things I'm talking about right now. So it says, easy to say when you have never been attacked by a spirit that means the highest form of harm to you and your loved ones. Well, I have been quote unquote attacked by spirits. I have had very scary dream world experiences in the in between with creatures and people that didn't have the highest good in mind. And they were almost like spiritual tests. I actually have encountered those things. I mean, and it's like, if I've never been attacked by a spirit that means the highest form of harm, that's partially because I don't believe that I can be attacked by spirits that have the highest form of harm. Like, I recognize that any spirit outside of me, wow, that's an assumption. I know, right? Any spirit outside of me, any person outside of me is another aspect of me in spiritual truth, right? Unity consciousness is not subjective, right? So I don't, I've never been attacked by a spirit that means the highest form of harm necessarily, because I don't believe in that, right? It's like, it's kind of like how voodoo works too. It only works if you believe in it. It only affects you if you believe in it. Assumption. I got you, girl. So she says, as an empath sensitive person, I'm a beacon to all types, both good and bad. Sure. Again, everything is based on belief. If you feel like if you believe you're a beacon for bad things, you are. Whether you believe that you can or you can't, you're right. Okay. So I got rid of several bad entities with techniques used for protection. Sure. Having more tools in your arsenal is a good thing. Yes, unless you are continuing to manifest more of what you don't want. Because if you are banishing them using the tools of protection, that's because you believe those tools of protection work. And yet you believe you need to be protected, which means you believe you are not safe, which means you will continue to be attacked and need to protect yourself, right? Okay, so you can't disregard protection. It has a time and place, because when things get real, you want to arm yourself. Okay, so I don't mean to disregard protection, because there is a time in your journey, and I'm not trying to sound holier than thou, or high and mighty, or whatever. I used to practice spiritual protection too. It didn't work in the long term, right? So there is a time and place for protection when you do not yet believe that you are safe, when you have not yet faced and healed enough shadows that help you truly start to believe and see the evidence of that the safest place to be is where you are. Yes, protection has a time and place at that point. But after that, it does not. Okay, so it says, because when things get real, you want to arm yourself. So like, what are they expecting? What are you expecting to happen? What's going to happen when it gets real? Yes, there are things that are going on in our social political world right now. There are things going on in the economy right now. Okay, it's not about burying our head in the sand. It's that, and I am safe. That is happening. It is a reflection thematically, maybe way blown up and looking really big and crazy and scary, a reflection of what's going on inside of me, right? And I am safe. And I am safe. Okay. All right, let's do a one that sort of resonates with it. So with the video, so they say, I appreciate what you're saying here, because it made me expand my awareness around what my goals of needing protection would be. I do believe we can and should set boundaries. Yes. So while I was searching videos on psychic protection, this has helped me reframe that. The law of one connects us all. Yes, but just because we're connected doesn't mean we need to be boundaryless. Boundaries over protection. Yes, because that has such a different energy. When you set boundaries, it has a totally different energy than protection. When you're setting a boundary, you're outlining, this is what I will accept and this is what I won't accept. Okay. And then sometimes we fudge, we waffle, because as empaths, as light workers, as sensitive people, we're getting used to setting boundaries. We're getting used to being okay with being a person who sets boundaries, right? The tools to help raise your vibration so you are not a match to lower vibrational entities. However, the safety comes from knowing you are a sovereign being. Absolutely. Absolutely. That, and you're embodying your power. Yes, very true. Very true. Yeah, so boundaries, so boundaries is like, this is what I will accept, this is what I won't accept. I'm standing in my power. Here it is, take it or leave it. And if you leave it, I'm leaving. Yeah, like boundaries. Or there's protection, which is like, I don't really feel comfortable with this situation or this person. I didn't really want to say yes to this. So I'm going to put a bubble of light around myself. I'm going to shield myself and my energy so that nobody can get me. Totally different vibe, right? Boundaries over protection. Absolutely. I agree with that. All right. We got about 6 minutes left. Okay. Let's do one more who disagrees with this. One more person who disagrees with me. I love it. It's good. Please disagree with me. And it's not that I am right. It's just that I am rooted in my truth. And I know what I know, and what I will teach you in the safety activation goes even deeper than the things that I'm talking about here today. So make sure that you sign up for that. Click that link, the ciararubin.thrive card. If you're watching the replay, the link will be in the description below the video. And definitely sign up for it. It is free. It is on Thursday. If you cannot make it, the replay will be all yours. And let's do this. Okay, so sorry, but I don't agree with this at all. I just love it. I don't know. I get what you're saying, but the golden bubble of light is a very effective technique and visualization to keep high vibrational energy around you and low vibrational energies away. The reality is that there are a lot of low vibrational energies out there, fear, anger, etc. And we need to keep this energy away, especially as empaths. Okay, I'm going to give you the flashlight. I'm going to give you the flashlight analogy here with this one. So imagine a flashlight that is turned off in the dark, in a dark room. Okay, it's a flashlight, it's turned off. The room is pitch black. People are walking into the room. Okay, they can't see the flashlight, so they're stepping all over it. They trip, they spill their drink on it, they step on it, they stomp on it, they trip on it, they yell because, ouch, I hurt my foot. So they're getting that emotional energy. They're mad at the flashlight. So that flashlight is just taking all of that on and is just having to take it because it doesn't have its light turned on, right? But when the flashlight has its light turned on, it might be a little stark for some people. It might shine them in the eyes and be like, whoa, at first. But that flashlight is then shining its energy out. It is making its energy known. It is making itself seen. It's making itself felt in the room. So if the flashlight is on, unless you encounter someone who's super duper ungrounded, right, which is where the clearing your energy on a regular basis, spiritual hygiene comes in, nobody's going to step on it. Nobody's going to spill their drink on it. Nobody's going to yell at it. In fact, people will be grateful. They will be grateful for the flashlight because it helps them see in the dark, because that flashlight is shining its light, shining its energy out, standing in its power and doing what it was meant to do. Okay, so does this make sense? Does that analogy make sense to you? So the reality is, low vibrational energies out there. We need to keep this energy away. So yes, there are low vibrational energies out there. How do you keep them away? Not by hiding in your protective bubble, but by turning your light on, standing in your power, and using your voice in a compassionate way, compassionate and firm and assertive. That is how you keep that energy away. Anybody who is super fearful or angry, they just won't resonate with it. Now, if they're a family member or a friend, makes sense. Awesome. They might try to poke at that. They might be uncomfortable. And it's like, well, I have to be in a relationship with this person long-term if it's family. So if they're feeling uncomfortable with you standing in your power, shining your light, they might poke at that. They might step on you a little bit. They might yell at you a little bit. This is going back to the flashlight analogy. That's where the spiritual hygiene comes in. Spiritual self-care. Okay. Clearing your energy, meditating, doing the salt soap, all of those things. Okay. So yeah, that feels like a good enough response to that comment. So yeah, that is all I have for you for today. This has been super duper fun. I hope that you enjoyed. Again, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Share this video if the things that I'm talking about, if the reading resonated with you, or the things that I'm talking about spiritual protection, you were like, huh. Share this video out, and I so appreciate you. Don't forget to sign up for the spiritual safety activation that is happening this week. The description, it will be in the description blocks below this video if you are watching the replay. And I love you today and every day, and I will talk to you soon. You're welcome.